Hello, my friends. Sorry about this. Oops. Okay. He's starting to throw everything around. Sorry, guys. Hi, guys. My name is Angela, and I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. Hi, Deb. Thank you for joining. I'm a primary retailer for Dixie Belle over here in Europe, in Frankfurt in Germany. So thank you for joining me. Whenever you tune in, just let me know where you're watching from. It is pretty late over here. It is 10 p.m. So yeah, I'm happy for everybody who is like with me over here now. Guys, tonight Dixie Belle is like painting around the house, and this week we are basically in the dining room. So in the dining room you have like chairs and you have like tables and things like that. Hi Brigida, thank you for joining. And I am going to paint some placemats because those belong to a nice dining table for me also. And those placemats, they are from IKEA. They are called, you know, they have great names. So how do you pronounce that? Afskilt. Okay, this is the placemats I'm using tonight. And I guess IKEA's got those, the names all the same all around the world, I guess. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for being with me. So put that to the side, and we're going to do some stamping on there and stuff like that. I brought a new stamps from Ein Designs, which is called the Farmhand, which is absolutely cute. I think we are going to use the farm animals like those, and also all those stamps you get in my shop also. I have the kindest regards. I don't know if I'm going to use those. Maybe I have the Reef Maker, so I'm all prepared. And I also do have the Crackle if I want to do something like that, because I wouldn't use Crackle on a placemat because it's a bit difficult to clean. Okay, let's get going. We're going to put some base colors down. Put those to the side for now. I'm using just one mat. And they are out of cork. They're nice and flexible. And painting those with the Dixie Belle paints is absolutely no problem because they are flexible also. Hi, Nina. Thank you for being back. So, guys, if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments. And it is pretty far away at the moment, so if I miss them right now, I will definitely come back later, or basically tomorrow, because it's pretty late over here now. So colors, I want to have mint julep on there. I can't do without color. I mean, the normal farmhouse and stuff like that, it would be, you know, gray and white, but I have to have like a little bit of color in there. So I'm using mint julep, and I'm using drop cloth. I'm going to do a little blend around, and the stenciling is going to be in Gravel Road. So, and as you can see, that jar, I've already kicked it around the house. As per usual, I've brought my mini brush, synthetic brush. It is still so difficult, that word for me. I don't know, it's so difficult to pronounce for a German person. And I have, because the drop cloth is going to be like a tiny little bit, I've got the round large for that. So I have my Mr. bottle. That was lucky. I have my Mr. bottle. Where are my baby wipes? They are too far away. You know me. I need my baby wipes. So here they are. Just in case. And I have my coffee to keep me going. So what time is it where you're watching from? So let's start with I'm going to put all right, okay, too late. I've been shaking it now. I'm trying to like get a little tidier with my jars, because with shaking, all the paint is in the lid, and when I close them down later on, it's on the top of the jar itself, and I don't have really the time in between sometimes to clean it up nicely, so the next time they are stuck. So, however, you can put some cling film on there, what I don't like, because it looks ugly. Hi Carol, thank you for joining. So, I always like to work with a slight damp brush, so I am going to damp it a little bit with my Mr. bottle. I'm using the paint out of the lid. Always use just a little paint. You can always reload. Obviously with this cork, this soaks up the paint. You will need a little more, but even so, start with a little less and then you go from there. It is a bit of a structured surface. Okay, you need quite a bit of paint, I see. We will see how the stenciling is going to go on there. That'll be interesting. I haven't done that before, so this is going to be the test laboratory by Elfen and Helden in Frankfurt, Germany. We see if it works out or if it's going to be a total disaster. We can never bet on that. Let's see how that works. So, trying to get all the paint out of the lid so it's as tidy as possible later on. I'm going to waste it. I'm going to mist that down a little bit so the paint goes a little further. It uses quite a bit. If you have like a structured surface, if you just put like a little water on there, it runs a little easier into all those crevices. Got the paint to the right of me at the moment, so I'm going to use my right hand for now. It's easier to dip in there. So, and mint julep is like, we do have farmhouse green, which is a nice color also, but somehow I've fallen in love lately with the mint julep because it's such a pretty green. It's a light green. It's for me almost like like a French farmhouse green, so to say. Going to dry that off in between. Sure. This is covering pretty nicely. It's just got to go in all those crevices because it's this porous surface of the this cork mat. But on the other hand, this doesn't need to be like perfect. None of my projects have to be perfect, as you know that. Hi Irina, thank you for being with us. So how is the weather where you are? I was actually quite lucky today. I was thinking this morning, because it's basically the last days now. I can ride my motorbike and it is was pretty nice this morning. So I was tempted to get my motorbike out and go to the shop on my motorbike. And about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was quite happy I didn't because it started raining. So that was lucky. That was very lucky. So got that. Now I'm gonna come in with a little bit of the drop cloth. So I'm going to stir that one. I thought about it now. So got like a little spoon here. And drop cloth is a bit more of a creamy white by Dixie Belle, which I think goes beautifully with the mint julep. So I've got my round large for that because I'm only going to put just like a tiny little bit on the outside. Let's see how that works. So you can also dampen your brush a little when you do that. So I'm just going to dab that around here, around those edges. Just want to blend that in just like a tiny little bit on the outside to lighten that up a little bit, not too much. I'm gonna go into the, it's gonna look a little faded. This is a bit of a rough surface. Just gonna go like this. Around the edges with it. If you think you need some more, it's my shoulder cracking, guys. It's the age. Just like a tiny little bit. Around those corners. This is like almost blending automatically. I'm not putting much pressure on it also. I'm basically just like feathering it on there. So it's a bit shiny from here, so I can't really see what's happening, but so I think it's just, so when you do something like that, now I'm gonna go just right across the middle also to get like a smooth transition, because I just want to have like basically that the edges appear just like a tiny little bit of lighter and you hardly can see any transition. So careful I'm not dipping my brush in the paint. So that's the state now. So it's just like a tiny little bit of lighter on the outside. I'm going to dry that a little bit with my heat gun. This would dry very quickly anyway. Left some fingerprints on there. And I think I'm going to be fine with one coat. So excuse the noise. When you do something like that, just let it dry normal. It's drying quickly anyway. So there's no, the drying times of those paints, they are very short. There we go. Okay, that's where we are now. It's just like a tiny little bit of lighter around the edges. Let's see if there is any comments. Oh, hi Sonia. Thank you for joining me. Hi Mary. So Mary, where are you in Germany? So I am in Frankfurt actually. So okay, this is this. I am going to, one coat is going to be fine for me, as this is going to be a bit of a rustic project anyway. I will drop that on the floor, close the lid for now, because the longer you leave those jars open, the more likely they're going to dry out. And so that the paint does not dry into my brushes, I'm just wrapping them now in baby wipes. Also the round one. And I'm going to put those in a plastic bag, which, just get a new one. Have you done some placemats? Ah, Kaiserslautern. I know, sorry. Now I remember. I've seen you before, or or you watched me before. So Kaiserslautern, I remember now. So, gotta have a sip of coffee. I actually have a couple of customers from Kaiserslautern. They even drive up to me to Dreieich. The shop is south of Frankfurt, so near the airport, Frankfurt Airport. So it's quite good or quite reachable. So let's get to the stamping. Okay, I want to have on this one, I'm starting with the farm animals, and I want to have the sheep on there. I really like the sheep. So if you haven't worked with stamps before, they are from Iron Orchid Designs. So they are absolutely gorgeous. They do have inks with Iron Orchid Designs, which work beautifully. I like to work with the chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle. The imprint is not going to be like very clear, but I like this rustic effect they give you. So that's the reason I'm working with the chalk mineral paints. It's just like an authentic rustic farmhouse, whatever style you want to call it. It's an Elfen and Helden style. Perfectly imperfect. So they have like this cover sheet, which you can also use as a medium to put the stamps on there and use it like this. You can use the stamps on their own. You can put them on a block or something like that. So I'm using the sheep now. Then I haven't used this one. I was just thinking, this is the first time I'm using it. So when you use your stamps the first time, you have to condition them. Condition means that you just use like a very fine sanding sponge. I'm using the one from Dixie Belle because, or not sanding sponge, you have to use some sandpaper. I'm using a sanding sponge, so that's what I mean. I'm using the sanding sponge from Dixie Belle, which is obviously a sponge, and it's got like a 220 grit, something like that. And you go in both directions. You go down like this. And the reason you're doing that, you only have to do that the first time you're using them. The reason you're doing that, I'm turning it around and going the other direction, is to basically get rid of any residue which might be left by the production of them, and so that the paint or whatever you're using, the ink, is sticking better to those stamps. So as I said, only when you use them the first time. After that, they are fine. So that way, and then you just take a clean, lint-free cloth and just wipe it off, just in case there's any dust or something like that in there. Okay, that's done. Now let's get the sheep off. So they stick pretty hard on there, so you can really, you don't need to worry. You won't, rip them or anything. Just take them off there. And I am going to stick that sheep on here for now. I'm using this because it's easier to handle. You can just put them down like that. So I'm thinking I'm going to have the sheep down here. I'm going to have the sheep down there. Let me think. I think I'm first going to lay it out how I want to have the things, don't we, Mrs. Bailey? I want to have some writing on there. I want to have enjoy. I want to have enjoy. So let me see. And those new stamps, they do come with masks, and mask means, I don't know if you can see that, This is like transparent, or this is like other bits. You can basically cover your letters if you want to stamp over them later. So maybe we're going to use that. We'll see if we need that. So, same thing. They have this protective sheet. I'm going to take it off. Side now. And as I said, I want to use Enjoy. So we're going to need, and you see the E. Going to need the E. Going to need the. Mrs. Bailey, it is too late, guys. I think I'm not concentrated. I'm sorry. You have to season those to condition those. You have to condition those, obviously, also. Okay, do that first. So do it as I say, not as I do. So you just go slightly over them to make sure that they are conditioned. Same thing. They basically just arrived. This is a new letter set by Iron Orchid Designs, and I think it's very, very pretty. So those directions. That's it. Then 3+. Now we go. Enjoy. E. N. J. O. And Y. Enjoy. Those are the letters I need. So let me think. I'm having my sheep. I'm having my writing. I want to have some reefs on there. So this one is new also. I didn't use those also. So if you're wondering why I never use all my stamps, IOD retailer not that long now. So this is the reason I haven't used many of those. And as I said, the this lettering, they just came in. They are brand new. It's going to go there. And let me see which one I want to have. See, I think I'm going to have scissors first. Also, I'm laying it out first because I want to make sure where I want to put the things, and then I decide. Just like both directions, which is fine. So again, have the sheet there. I think I'm having this part here, I guess, and I'm going to have, I really wanted to use this one because I quite like that. Let's see if we can lay if we can lay it around the one I want to have. I'm going to have this one here. And I think I'm going to do that different. I'm going to have the sheep there, waiting. And another one there. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Like this. I'm going to lay it out like this. That's how I would like to have it. Now you could basically, if you want to, you could, but this is not big enough. If you have like a big enough sheet, you can lay it out on there. They do have, actually I'm going to get that. They do have this should be big enough. They do have those mounts. You have those mounts and you can mount them on there. So this is going to be big enough for the whole set, and I'm going to do it that way. So sometimes, guys, I am obviously, yeah, this is going to work. Of course it will. Of course it will. I'm really tired, I think. Of course it will. So now I've got it mounted on here. If I press on there hard enough, do that again. Do that again. I have to concentrate a little more. You have to obviously turn it around the right way. That helps also. And then it is easier. That's it. I'm going to leave the enjoy there. That's where I wanted to have it. And now I'm going to pick up the other ones. So now we've got it. Now we've got it all on here. So you can see we've got it all on here, and now we can put our paints on there to stamp. And I'm going to use the Gravel Road, and I'm also going to use Palmetto, I think. Got my Gravel Road here. This is what happens, you know, when you haven't cleaned the lid properly. So careful. Just bang them on the floor, and that's going to do the trick. Another spoon here. Spoon, 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 spoon. Second one for the metal also. Mix it up a little bit. All the chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle, they are highly pigmented, so just I'm going to put a little bit on this board here. I've got like one of those. I'll show you in a second. This is also from IKEA. This is one of those cutting boards by IKEA. So I'm using this. And this is the brayer by IOD. So I'm spreading out, I'm making sure the brayer is loaded with paint. And then I'm going to offload it on my project. So chalk mineral paints, they do dry pretty quickly. So this is, when you lay it out, just make sure. This is a bit of, we'll see how that works, because obviously I've noticed that this cork is pretty much soaking up the paint. So let's see how it's going to, but you can see how nicely the stamp is taking on the paint by the brayer. I'm going to roll a little bit over it. So, and as I said, this is not about perfect. When I do stamping, this can be a little bit of rustic. Still, I've made a little bit of a mess around, which is not unusual for me. Which I'm going to wipe off because I don't want to have that on there. Just get this off for now. So that's just here. Don't mind a little bit on there, but not too much. Okay, now I'm getting my placemat down, and now I am putting it on here like that. I could have used the so when you put it down, you have to commit. Don't shift it anymore, because when you shift it, then you're basically getting like halos, which can look nice, but not necessarily. So then you just push it down, not like squashing it, just like gentle. If you want to check, you hold down one side and you lift it. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. This is going to be cute. Can make sure where the paint didn't, for your taste, come off enough. You press it down again. There you go. This side is fine. Check the other side. That's it. Okay, lifting up, same thing. Commit, and there you go. So then don't drop it on there again. So look at that. What do you think? That's quite cute, isn't it? So I'm drying that off, and I'm going to have a little bit of crackle on there. That's what I'm going to do. But not, yes, I'm going to do that. I'm using the mask. I can't decide again. I can't decide. Shall we use the mask and do some writing on there? But I think I'm going to do the crackle. That's going to be nice. So dry that off quickly, or the crackle lure. So this is also stamped by IOD. I'm just going to have that dried off. And the crackle lure, is giving us a huge crackle effect. And for the crackle effect, I've used this one before, so I don't need to condition this one. And I'm going to leave it on the backing here because you can use it also. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Irina. You're sweet. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet. So I'm going to use the drop cloth for that. Okay. That's my spoon from earlier on. I'm putting some of this also on the other side. And I'm using a different brayer, obviously. To need a little more. For a project like this, I wouldn't really like to use a crackle medium because you want to clean it off later, and this is easier if you have like a normal. So now you can basically see what I'm talking about. This got like it's going to give us a huge crackle effect, and I do want to have that on there irregular also. So let's see how we do that. So I'm just going to, I don't want to have any edges or something like that, so that's the reason I'm putting it down here. Tickle, tickle. I'm not pressing that down very hard, as this can be irregular. Come down a little up here. So this is now giving it like a nice used crackly effect. I was holding up the edges of this stencil because I don't want to have like this got like sharp corners, sharp edges, and I don't want to have those edges showing up. So I'm basically just like putting it down with the middle and going from there. Tickle, tickle, a little down here, a little up here, a little more there. And see, I'm going to put some more paint on there. This is such a fun stamp. So this can be sealed off then basically with some data hide or something like that, and then you can clean it off nicely also. Go here. There you go. That's how I want to have it. That's it. What do you think? Hi, Aaron. So this, I think this is quite cute. I mean, it's like very versatile. A little bit of color in there also. And you can use any colors. You can do it like right into the farmhouse style. You can let that dry. You can come in with some wax also to darken the edges a little bit, but therefore I would seal it first and then come in with some wax. And the wax by Dixie Belle, you can do it with that because this is going to dry. You know, this is water based and it's going to dry, so it's not going to soften up when you have like a hot plate on there or something. So, my friends, this is our project for tonight. Dixie Belle painting around the house. So there's loads of things you can do with it. I mean, I've been doing that since the lockdown. I've been like painting loads of things around the house, which is, yeah, I mean, what else can you do when you're locked inside? So instead of throwing the things, you can renew them and basically have new colors if you have new colors in your house and stuff like that. So painting around the house with Dixie Belle. Guys, thank you for joining me tonight. If you haven't done that yet, please pop over to my page and leave me a like there. I highly appreciate that. That's very important for me. And also, I'll be very grateful if you sprinkle this video around, maybe with your friends in your groups you are in. I'll be very happy about that. Also, my name is Angela. I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer for the lovely Dixie Belle products over here in Frankfurt in Germany. And I also carry the IOD and lots of other things which touch my heart. And I hope that you're going to join me next week. If you have any questions, just shoot me a PM if you want to shop the products. I'd be very grateful to help you also with that. And now I'm wishing you a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are watching from. It is 22:11 p.m. over here now, so I'm going to have a good sleep now. Guys, thank you so much. I really love being with you. Take care. So make sure I'm not ripping everything over on the last minute. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Mary. You're so sweet. Thank you, Irina, Michelle. I really appreciate you around. That's sweet. Thank you, guys. Bye, Instagram. Thank you too.